with B-Bad and Brandon.
I feel
What are you
like
going to wear
we
tomorrow?
actually. Oh, bro. So tomorrow, obviously, yeah. For those listening, Epic Night would have come and gone, and I would have worn
You
a
would
very
have
nice
worn
pair of beige chinos,
beige chinos, nice.
a white shirt, and a green, like a sage green jacket.
Jacket, no tie.
No tie, but I will say it was picked out by Lily Riley, so
It'll be good then. I saw her yesterday. She is looking jacked. She's looking very
bro,
strong, very athletic, very muscles. It was
it's
excellent.
insane, eh?
Stupid. I mean, I quite enjoy following her training, but yeah, I hadn't seen her in person in fucking ages, and I just crossed her path at start, and I was like, oh damn, you're looking strong, like real
But
strong.
how crazy is it? How crazy is it? Like you see someone on like the gram, and then you see them in real life, and like don't get me wrong, they look big on the gram, and then you see someone in real life, and like she looks just fucking elite right now.
Oh, I dropped you. I'm back. Yeah, she looks strong as shit. I think she's swinging past her to a deadlift at Fortitude today. The Savo. We've got a few people having a move,
Fuck yeah.
moving some weights around. Seem we've
That'd
got
be
to
sick.
adapt for conditions of the week, being that we're up in Gympie tomorrow.
Oh yeah, of course you got the comps. There's 2 comps tomorrow that would have come and gone. And
Yep, which I'm excited about, and that was my topic of conversation for you. The year is now finally beginning. The comp season is officially open for us as of tomorrow, which I am jazzed about. I can't wait. Everything feels like order is restoring, and the normal
It
is
does,
again.
doesn't it? We feel like we're into the groove of the year now. Things are coming. Things are happening nice and quick. And what I love, like we spoke about it just briefly off air, but having that January comp was always a good way to start the year. Because I remember Thomas used to do one on the GC.
Yeah,
that you
I
would
did
do.
that a couple of times. Yeah, I loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
He did it early February. I thought it was sick.
Yeah,
It was
like
sick.
a comp early in the year really sets the tone and is a good warm up for the bigger comps to come. Again, like what we spoke about last week, a few people dipping their toes in early and then just using it as a stepping stone to the fucking bigger things.
Yeah. We run at Fortitude next week. We got bench only, same deal.
Oh, of course, the Australia Day comp.
Yeah. Well, let's just call it bench comp.
Okay,
polarizing topic, that one.
Which one?
Yeah, so we run that. It's gonna be sick. But same deal. That's a good one because everyone like over Christmas, regardless if you're cruising or chilling, you'll be stoked to at least train some bench, right?
Absolutely, bro. I've like training at the moment has been so fucking good, and I've been loving it. And then I had the idea just fleetingly the other day that I was like, because I got to go down to Melbourne. Shit, can't believe I forgot. For the Summer Classic, and I was like, I could probably jump in and do it.
You could do it.
And then I woke up this morning and my back was so jacked up and tight. I was like, oh, maybe train a little bit harder first.
Yeah, you could do Summer Classic. No, you're doing June with me. We discussed it last week.
I know, and it's getting more and more tempting.
It's gonna be sick. I've already convinced Buddha to do it, and another lad I'd definitely call a training partner and a friend, who just kicks around Fortitude socially, and I've convinced him to do it too. So it's just going to be lifting with the lads.
That actually sounds like so much fun, and obviously being at Mel's gym, he is one of the ultimate lads.
He is a lad. That's exactly right. But I am jazzed for the comp season, which should be good. You guys must be. Well, you guys, do you go tomorrow to the comp?
Yep. So I'm helping Mason. Being that it's a smaller meet, we can probably guarantee that they'll be pretty close back to back.
Yeah. So, man, and you're two looking strong, bro.
And like, it's actually quite funny because the other day I looked at, what the most commonly asked question in powerlifting is?
What?
Is 30 too late to start powerlifting? Like 30 years old?
Yeah, bro. Good question.
And it's funny because the two that we speak of in Wayne Edwards and Lindy Davis only took up powerlifting in their 40s.
Yeah, dude. And Lindy, they're 50 right now. or
Lindy
thereabouts.
just turned 50. Yeah.
Yep. In totals,
And
what?
bro,
540, 550?
yeah, around that because she just broke a bunch of. Oh no, she went 240. Well, oh, it'd be about 550, 570.
How about that?
And they only got better with age, which is just
Mm-hmm.
two shining examples that. And obviously,
Yep.
then we look at Pete, who
Mm-hmm.
obviously you coach and we've had on the potty before, and what
Mm-hmm.
age he started. There is no.
Never too
You
late.
can start as late as you want in this sport, and that's the beauty of it.
No, and it's still very rewarding. Like, very
And
rewarding.
100%,
You get
100%, because
you
you're
get all
just
the benefits
getting
of the
that
barbell.
community.
You get the community, and I don't want to use the word older, but let's could use the word more mature. You get to have a competition experience with like people, right? Which
Hmm.
I think doesn't really exist as much, like regularly at least. Like there's a comp on, every few weeks, every month, where there's a masters division where you can compete as a masters lifter against just people your group,
It's
which is
insane
super
that,
cool.
well, because like really, as you get older, and now I don't want to seem rude to anyone that's
Mm.
listening, but
Mature.
your options become very limited with what you do, and like you mostly see people down at the local bowls club, which is nothing wrong
Yeah,
with bowls. Don't get us wrong,
yeah,
but
yeah. It's a bit more exciting.
there's a lot of people I do know that in that older generation that want to kick around and be very competitive in
Mm.
their endeavor.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
the other one
something
that
like
powerlifting's great. It's perfect. The one thing I like that I hear from a few clients that have played other sport or drew interest in going back to said sport is they get nervous of the injuries that can come in
mm,
like a contact environment sport where
yep,
the uncontrolled you can't control. So
no,
their body as a more mature human is potentially a bit more breakable, and even if it isn't the cost on something being broken when you're 50, like I'm talking like your time out from your job, your family,
mm,
your other commitments that are more important, it becomes a real threat and something you don't want anymore versus when you're 20, 21 and you just gun ho on that activity, or you don't care, or the effect of having 6 weeks off because you've broken a fucking arm, or
mm,
6 months off because you've done an ACL, or whatever it is. That doesn't
yep,
have as much an impact on your life as it does have when you're 50, 60, whatever it is, right? Like, that's one of the other cool draw cards that I hear from some of my masters lifters that they like. Obviously, we've talked about it, that there is all risk in sport, and powerlifting's no
mm,
different, but it's more of a controlled environment. Like, you're selecting the weights, you know the skills to move the weight, and there's no one's hitting you from the side that you
yeah.
can't see
No one's
in a tackle.
no big Polynesians coming to rip your head off.
No, you know which way the barbell's going, and you know what you've got to do to return it in the opposite direction, essentially.
100%, and I think it's relatively predictable sport because we know if we move that barbell in from one direction to the other,
Yep.
we know what variables we can expect. We know where the forces are coming from, so we can essentially prepare for
Yep.
or prevent injury. Now, as you said, there's
Yep.
always going to be that freak accident, and
Yep.
in a sport where we're pushing the loads we are, there's always going to be
Yep.
something. But for the most part, if done correctly, we can mitigate a lot of the risk. So the
Yep.
rewards just become more and more enticing.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the big one, because like you look at these competitive people that were either elite at the thing that they did, or even just love being competitive in a sport they might not have even been great at, but loved that aspect of it. You there's not a that the risk thing sort of takes them out of it, and they
Mm.
miss out on that thing, that itch, that little
Yeah.
scratch they enjoy scratching of just fucking being a competitor in something. They get to have it again, which
An
is fucking
absolute
cool.
savage. It's just that outlet for people to really zone in. Like I actually just saw. It's real funny because I'll see if I can bring it up actually. So Kane just shared this thing on his story, and I'm talking like I literally just saw this as I logged on, waiting for yourself, and it was just I was like, "Fuck me, that's actually so true," and it was why 5 reasons why a competitive powerlifter can be a good hire in a job. Discipline of work ethic is number 1. Number 2 is that we have a goal-orientated approach. We're resilient and adaptable. We work well within a team. And then we are very effective with our time management. And I read these going, holy fucking shit. Like, that's so true. You know, we put a lot of emphasis on, like, you know, you get a lot out of the sport and all this sort of stuff physically. And we've always made the correlation to what we do in the gym translates to outside the gym. But I've never looked at the skill set of powerlifter and put it into a context of, you know, putting it on an application for a job. Obviously, I've been self-employed for fucking 14 years, so I haven't had to go through a job interview process. But
last time I did an application, I had to post it, mate.
Jesus Christ. Wow, there you go. But it's so interesting to see when someone outlined like that, those skills that we learn in powerlifting, those little habits or just everything, they can translate into everything. And
Absolutely.
Going back to just how detailed we are in powerlifting, you know, the more detail we can get, the better outcome we're gonna receive. Sorry, but like that goes straight into a job being more detail orientated.
You see that. You see that change in people once, if they're, let's say, not as good or less at doing those things, organizing, goal driven, being accountable to time, being good in a community, social. That's a huge one. Like you see, right, with people that then hang around this sport, like these people that potentially didn't have those qualities yet, then they do some powerlifting, start learning about discipline and what that brings them, and it's kind of exciting. They enjoy it, and then they learn about community. And if they were a bit shy or a bit socially awkward, you see these people who start coming out a little bit and talking to people. And then you start hearing the stories like, oh, I just got this promotion at work. Like, just been working real hard lately. You know, I don't know why. Like, all these little things start happening to them outside their life or outside the gym.
Yep.
Well, the gym is life, really.
This is true. I remember one story. You remember Billy Chan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's still kicking around, actually. I ran into him a couple of times up at Gold's Kippering. But
Sick.
he was a very accomplished powerlifter, and he started training with us I think back at campus days. But he became so part of the community. He loved coming there. He got excited, and he just loved that other people were pushing, not just in the gym, but outside in their life, achieving things, you know, that to his credit, he was like, 6 months later, I think he rocked in. He's like, yeah, I just bought a house. And we're like, oh, sick. How long have you been planning that for? And he's like, oh, since I started coming here, like everyone was just really achieving all these great things and like pushing for things outside of the gym. I was like, I need to pick up my game. And I was like,
yeah,
how sick is that?
Yeah,
100%. Those stories is incredible.
Yeah, no, I love that stuff, and that's that cool stuff that they didn't even realize they were going to get from it.
Yeah,
when they started,
literally.
Yeah, you know, I see it in we got a lot of younger kids that train, like kids of parents, obviously, that we train that come to the gym. They come in potentially a bit socially awkward, just not, you know, a bit shy, you know, they're not strong essentially, and you can see, like, you know, if someone who's not strong, you can see, you know, they're a bit rounded and a bit sort of small and whatnot. And then all of a sudden they get a little stronger, they get a little weight in their hands. Now you start seeing confidence in how they walk and move around a room. You see a person who would, you know, literally run in, hide in a corner, which is fine, wait for their session and do their session and just stay very close to their coach and then just move on out of the gym. Now that comes in by themselves, talks to, engages with everyone else in the gym, asks questions, happily responds and talks back, walks tall when they walk around that gym.
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than seeing someone walk into a gym environment, and as you said, they may be a big human, but they hold themselves like they're small, trying to make themselves small, and then suddenly they're walking in the gym, they're saying hello to everyone, fucking 6 different handshakes with 6 different people, and you're just like, those are the transformations that mean more to me than, and like, PRs are going to come and go. You'll be strong. at one point in your life, and then you'll probably lose a couple of kilos off your squat, and you'll probably get it back in a few years. And you know what? You're gonna remember all the fucking cool shit that you did. Like for me, the biggest achievements that I look at in the business, not the Lang squatting 400 or Lily being Lily and squatting 600 pounds or Polly going a ton. It's the amount of job applications I asked to be a reference for or writing a letter of recommendations and those things. Just being invited to people's birthdays. You're like, what? Or weddings. You're like, all these big milestones. You're just like, all from just being able to, bring someone into a community and go, hey, can we put on some muscle?
Yeah. I mean, I remember stories of guys, nameless people that when I've met them were shy, awkward little humans, and now they're getting married. Like they at the time, like they wouldn't have had the confidence to talk to a girl, at least for a long lasting time, for a more permanent relationship. And now these people are getting married, and that's just through being in a bigger community, being exposed to people they're comfortable with, starting to talk, and get out of the shell a little bit, get strong. And then they're kicking all these big life goals that go beyond that of a barbell.
Bloody oath, man! It's absolutely just it's heartwarming. It's everything good that we want to see more of in this world. So, it comes down to the fact that we just need to get more people powerlifting.
I think it's coming, bro. I think we talked on it last week. I think I feel. I think gyms go in cycles, right? They go in turns, and like everyone has their turn, right? I think the barbell is back, and I think it's about to have its turn. That's my theory. Like, we've been through, gym fit class, Les Mill era. We've been through big box gym and just been in leisure club. You've been through 24 fitness. You've been through CrossFit. You've been through BFT, F45 stuff, and these things are building big gym culture, and the gym's got momentum, and you got all these people that have been training for a long time, and now they like want to get strong because they worked out they like it, and swinging an 8 kilo kettlebell 500 times and doing 50,000 burpees will only bring you so far. I think the barbell rush is coming big.
Yeah. Look, I've never really thought of it like that, but obviously we've seen all those cycles, and I think Fitstop's the one at the moment that's big. But there is that shift.
Now, well, my theory on gym culture is the leisure centers are back.
I hope you're right that it's back to barbells, because I think we saw that extreme growth in powerlifting, and especially in Australia. 2014, 2015, it just seemed to catapult, and then now it's like it's been hovering, and I think obviously COVID had a big impact on all that and the amount of growth we could have had in the sport. But
barbells are coming, man. You just like when I stayed overseas for the World's trip, the Egypt gym, the gym of the hotel I stayed in was pretty much a fully decked commercial gym with squat rack, barbells, plates. Like you could CrossFit in there really well.
Wow.
Which, as a powerlifter, you can do mid-range lifting, which is fucking more than enough on holidays, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
My holidays are for holidays, not for lifting weights. But like that's in just a hotel gym in Egypt. Like
that's
if that's not a shift that you can see coming our way, that like the barbell's coming, like hotels and commercial entities recognize that everyone wants barbells in gyms at the moment. Which is sick.
Yeah, I really hope that. Yeah, because I know like that they've always been privy, especially the countries around like Dubai. Like Dubai worship that sort of like blokes walking in with muscle just fucking jacked as shit. So I really hope we see that translate across, because it obviously is super popular. And you can walk down any street now, and you're basically going to find a gym that has some sort of strength capability, just depending on your standard will be. But no, it's a good sport.
And then the other thing is, like, remember we had your boy Mark on, the Martin guy, the brain guy? And he talked about how, like, there was an issue with this planet that, like, everything was considered, like, 60 to 70 plus. Like, that's when you wind down and finish up. And there wasn't enough people there's a now generation of Pete's coming through that are like, wind down and stop. Like, we want to crank up and go. So there's this culture now, these aging people that they don't want to fucking age anymore, whereas everyone used to. And then the science is now out that you need to have muscles and strength resistance train. And you, me, and the rest of the world are starting to learn that a barbell is the most effective method of doing that. So
absolutely.
Yeah, that's part of the drive too, right? That's why I think, we'll see a lot more masters people entering gyms and being just like nowadays. I've got a new client not long ago who just walked in. He's like, man, I've read this book. It's about longevity in life. They say we need strength training and resistance training. I know powerlifting does that. This is why I'm here. I want to live longer and be better. Dude, 60.
We literally, mate, I could not agree more. We had an older bloke coming in, like late 30s, maybe early 40s, and he's an orthopedic surgeon assistant.
Yeah.
So and also is an educator in the orthopedic surgeon realm. So he came in, he's like, I just need to look after myself. Like, I'm really interested in powerlifting. I want to squat. I want to bench. I want to deadlift. And I was like, bro, that's what we do. Like, that is our bread and butter. Let's go.
Yep.
So I'm pretty stoked to see that change, and especially in the older generation. And as you said, like, I'm actually about to start a book. Oh, no, sorry. My next book I'm reading is called, I think it's called Outlive by,
that's the book.
I'll just pull it up. Yeah, Outlive.
That's the one.
The Science and Art of Longevity.
Yeah.
Who wrote it? Peter.
That's the one.
Peter.
Yeah. That's the one, mate. He talks about barbells, brother. So that's what brought my client in. Newer client, literally. He's got exposure.
I cannot wait to read it.
And then that's the other thing. There's more people in those people's environment that are already doing that now. Whereas if you went back 10 years ago, someone would read that book and then you'd go to the workplace and go, oh man, I read this book. This book said, you need to lift a barbell, right? And then you'd look, and then the people in the room be like, don't you just go for a run? Why would you barbell? But now you're in the room and you say that thing, there's more people in the room already doing it or know about it or might have read that book as well. And they're like, no, I'm training at X place down the road and there's this dude in his 50s and 60s and he's doing it, or like that, or you're someone in their 50s and 60s and they're already doing it. Like, people are doing it now.
And even if they're on the verge about it, going in and going, oh, I've been thinking about it after someone talks about reading it. That's more buy-in, right? Like, it's so. But you know what's actually really funny? So that book was gifted to me at Christmas last year by a client. After our podcast, though, where I was like, oh, I don't need any more whiskey for Christmas. So he'd actually bought me a bottle of whiskey and then returned it and got that book instead after listening to our potty. So thank you, Troy. I don't know why.
Is he saying that you're old, though?
But thank you, Troy, for listening to the potty, obviously, but also respecting that I have so much alcohol at home now that anymore, and I'd have to get a full case for it.
We'll go to a meeting.
Getting close, bro.
Yeah. Is he saying you're old?
You know what? I did not look at it from that perspective. As my next birthday approaches, I probably wouldn't argue it.
I think that's pretty funny. Now you're in your 30s, bro. He's like, man, you're getting old, bro. You need to read the book. You need to do the things. I'll be interested.
Both our birthdays are coming up.
Yeah, soon, bro. Let's go. You've got a party weekend. You're going away?
Actually, yeah. So I'm birthday the Friday here, fly out for Summer Classic the next day down to Melbourne, have dinner with G that night.
Yep.
And then coach and then head home.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. Nice little birthday. Both our birthdays are landed on comp weekends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What comp's yours?
Lismore. Go down to Lismore.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Beach. Yeah. We'll go to the beach or something. Part of my my yearly goal. My goal this year to learn to surf. So that'll tie in. We'll go surfing somewhere.
That'd be cool.
Should be cool. Watch out for the sharks down that way. But yeah, that's the other thing. Like we were saying at the start of this, like having like comp times back again. Like I enjoy the provided my family gets to come with me, which they're not coming to Gimpy tomorrow or Pro Raw. Like that bit sucks. But
Yeah.
extra when the family gets to come with me. We go away for the weekend, or spend a night somewhere like that culture and that part of the year. I really enjoy. It's sick. Stressful because you got to fucking juggle the other clients and everything else around the week and what's going on, but mad fun.
But also, like, I sat down the other week and had to pretty much go through the comp calendar and start going, oh shit, okay, well, I'm going to be at this comp, I'm going to be at this comp to, let Nicola know, and then also let the Dolphins know when I'm away. But it was actually really good because I sat back and now I know exactly when I'm free, and I started planning all this other stuff. I started planning when we could go away for the weekend or date
nice.
nights and things like that. And it's just,
Yep.
again, I've been in the industry now 14 years, 10 years pretty much in powerlifting, and this is the first time I've really looked ahead that far. Okay, I know a lot of people are going to be like, "You're a fucking idiot," but sometimes it just takes a long time to learn things. Instead of being reactive, I'm trying to be proactive this year, and it's
we all have
been
opportunities.
so nice.
We all have opportunities
to grow and develop.
Man, I found when I mapped out my year, because I got a calendar that just months it out and just tells me who's lifting where and what. I just shit myself.
See, that's another. But see, this is the thing I don't do is I don't put how many lifters are at each comp until like obviously when I write their programs, it's in the back of my mind. But as long as it's not all in front of me, that you have 17 at GPC States, and I'll be like,
yeah, I'm running out of fucking Excel spreadsheet boxes on the Nat States and Nats one too. That's all right. That's a good problem.
It is. Like, I would much rather have this problem than not have anyone lifting.
No, it's exciting. It means it's fucking popping, bro. It's fucking good. But yeah, man, I think I've done the same. Yeah, you map out the year, you're going to have to. Just a sign of, like, man, barbells are busy, bro, man. And if everyone's barbelling, that means they're coming to people like you and me. So you and me are busy. It's exciting.
It's very, very exciting, but very busy. And I absolutely, like, the more... shit though. After our last episode, I walked away so jacked because we were talking about obviously the year ahead.
Hello.
So,
hello.
You there?
Hello. Yeah, I'm there. I'm back.
Yeah, sweet. I wish I had that, but I was just saying, like, after last week's episode, I was so jacked up from what we spoke about that I just, like, the rest of the day was just like, yes. And that's how I feel again today. Like, thinking about the year ahead, you're gonna be like, oh, obviously kicks off tomorrow.
Yep.
Well, would have happened, and everyone did exceptionally well.
Yeah, man, I'm pumped. I think, like, even the gym's pumped at Fortitude for tomorrow. Like, I think we've got 10 people driving to Gympie just to watch a local comp. Like they're carpooling in the cars just because they are jazzed to watch them lifting. And get behind the people that are lifting too, but they're ready to go too, which is cool.
Fucking oath. It's gonna be a great year, bro.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for 2024. Let's fucking go. It's full send.
2024.
This shit. I took a leaf out of your book. You do your little SWOT analysis on things. I borrowed, used a little bit of that on my goal sheet, and then what was my strength was I'm motivated is what I wrote on my goal.
Ooh. That describes you best, actually.
Yeah, but I'm like level 10 motivated, like more than ever.
Yeah, I got my haircut yesterday, and Ryan Coe and I were literally talking about how that, like, you just the best way to describe it, and I think it's your quote. If there was 8 days in the week, you would work the 8 days.
Fuck yeah, 100%.
That's why you're the GOAT.
Nah, mate, too good. Looking forward to tomorrow night too, as well. It's gonna be super good. You should be giving that a shout out. 10 years of doing this thing, you should be very proud. It's gonna be fun.
Very, very excited. 10 years of Epic, and I'm very honoured we're gonna party hard.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing who gets the big gong this year.
Oof! I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's a person that really does deserve it. So,
brilliant.
Oh wait, no. Like, by the time this is released, they would have already done it. So I can say Rob Thompson.
Yeah, so good.
Fucking, he's literally the epitome of what we spoke about last week on the episode of just being at every comp, helping out, supporting, giving back.
Yep.
No one.
That's good.
No one. He like reminds me obviously of yourself without the whole obviously being in the industry, but just so giving back to this sport. Loves it. Absolutely loves it.
That's cool. That's cool, man. Cool to see you recognise him. We need more Robs.
We fucking oath we need more Robs, bro.
Agreed.
But mate, cannot wait.
Done.
Let's kick it off in
I'll ask you one
2024.
question. Will you have a cocktail tomorrow night, and what will it be?
Okay, so firstly, yes, and I'm actually kind of big into dirty martinis at the moment.
Dirty martini it is. Beautiful. Love it.
I watched James Bond on the break, and now I'm like fully into it.
You are James Bond. 00 Greco.